Hi creators, it's Claire from Springworth and it's time for another installment in the Hexagon Coverlet. And in this episode I have decided on the arrangement. I've thought long and hard about this and I'm going for hexagons. So I have 6 arranged and I'm going to go for 3 patterned, 3 plain, and then I'm either end up with kind of, I think, 2 darker or 2 lighter and then the opposite. But we'll see how this goes in terms of fabric. And then in the center, it's not going to be grey. I'm going to bring in this cream colour with like a small pattern of flowers on, and that goes with these flowers and these flowers and these flowers and the grey flowers as well, and then potentially even more flowers in there. So I'll make just a single hexagon and then that one will sit in the middle. So I'm going to go then around it in a cream, and I'll try and match the cream of that, kind of the back. I don't have enough of the fabric with the flowers on, this one, to do everything. There's going to be a little bit of trial and error in terms of thread, so I'm going to bring you on along with that, because obviously I've got dark, quite dark, not black, but I do have some like dark navy, and then I have light because I want that contrast. So I'm going to experiment. So I read online that it blends better in the dark, so if you match this color, kind of blends into that because the dark's dominating. And then we'll see, kind of, I don't think I'll have too much problem matching the light to the middle, so I'll do a couple of experiments and let's see. From this, before I say anything, I'd be interested to know which stitches can you see. So along here, these are connected with a light blow, well, mid blow, probably the blow of the leaf. And I can't, there's a tiny little bit here, but you really can't see them. Along here, these are connected with that kind of dove grey, this colour, and if anything I can see them more on the purple side. Along here they're connected with the dark grey, and again I can see them more on the purple side. Along here the dove grey is blended into both, along here the dove grey is blended into both, and along here again I would have used that same blow and they really have disappeared. So I think I need to find a purple. I'm going to be doing purple, probably 2. So this just seems too light for this purple, because the fact you can't see it here really suggests that it's just too light for this. So it's too light for this. Again, the grey is probably too light for this dark purple, and then the picking up the darker is tending to work in my favour. If I look in here, actually, this is blue. You can kind of see that. Actually, I think this is that dove grey. If I look over here, potentially even dark grey. So that's actually dark grey. That blends in between those two actually better than the blue does. So interesting. Along here I would say that is also the dark grey. So the dark grey is working better on the mid purple. I'm gonna have to go and get a dark purple. I'm tempted to try black or even navy. Might be closer than that grey, it's just a little bit shiny. And then obviously where there's very similar, that grey's going quite well. Didn't realise how much lighter that grey was than the purple. And then along these two, that looks blue, but that does blend. That blue in there is working for me. You may have noticed this is not the block I showed you, but the experiment is the same. So I just have to mentally note or literally note those, and I'll get on with making the next one.